I'm the business expansion specialist at Miami-Dade Economic Advocacy Trust. We're helping businesses get access to our grants.
How does a small business even apply for one of these grants?
You have to have your SumBiz in order. You have to have your local business tax. Just recently, we were able to bring on startup grants. So for businesses 6 months to 2 years old, we were able to provide them $2,500. I've seen it go up to $10,000.
Wow.
We do have a grant funding budget of about $275,000. A new grant that we're adding that is going to focus on nonprofit organizations who are doing.
I know that your organization helps and supports a lot of small businesses.
So specifically, we're looking for businesses that are.
All right, Latoya, how are you today?
I'm doing better than good.
Good. And so we're here at Jungle Island, near Miami Beach. And you know, it's interesting, I keep running into all these different conferences and events. And for me, I know a little bit about what you do. I don't know everything what you do, but I know that your organization helps and supports a lot of small businesses. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today is some of the good work that you're doing. And if you could just, give us a little brief intro about who you are and the organization.
Awesome. Well, I'm the business expansion specialist at Miami-Dade Economic Advocacy Trust, which is kind of a new role for me.
Okay.
I come from the education background.
Right.
10 years in the classroom traditionally, and then 5 years as a contractor with the charter school company. And so I think that kind of prepped me and helped me for this role that I'm in now with MDEAT and working with these small businesses. And it's just been a journey. So I'm excited to be here in this special space and time with helping businesses get access to our grants. So I'm in the Economic Development Division, and we just specialize in grants and offering resources and education to businesses here in Miami-Dade County.
Okay, great. Now, I know people like to hear grants. That's a favorite. People always ask me, Eric, do you do grants? And I'm like, I do not do grants. I do contracts. But there are people that do grants. So this is a great conversation because people are always curious about how they get access to grants. Particularly now, right, with what's happening as we're having this conversation. So let me ask you, let's go back a little bit, right? How do people, first of all, how do they find out about your organization?
Okay, so we are a uniquely designed organization where we focus on those small businesses, those minority businesses here in Miami-Dade County.
Okay.
And they find us through the county kind of ecosystem.
Gotcha.
So we're unique to the county of Dade, as they used to say, right?
Right.
But it's imperative that we do our due diligence and make that extra effort to make sure that businesses know who we are. So we do that by way of our strategic partnerships, as well as the things that we do in the community. So we take that charge to make sure that we're out there connecting with small businesses so that they know that grant opportunities are actually tangible, they're here in their backyard, and they can have access to it.
Great. Now, like I said, I don't know a lot about grants, but for me, when I think about grants, because I'm in the federal arena, I think about like grants.gov, right? These grants obviously are different. Are these grants coming from the state? Are they coming from the local government?
They're coming from local government through the general funds, through the county, and that's how we get access to them.
Right. Okay, now, how does a small business even apply for one of these grants?
Okay, so one, let me say this. We do not have all the money in the world.
Oh, no.
But
because when they watch this video, they're going to be banging on your door.
But we do have a grant funding budget of about $275,000 that we're pumping into our local business economy. And we are looking for specific business profiles. All right. And this is strategic because we want to be able to fund businesses who are ready to take the next steps, not businesses who are pretty much starting out in their formation stage. We want to work with businesses who are already probably offering employment in the community and just ready to take their business to the next level. So specifically, we're looking for businesses that are 3 years old and have their back office in order. You have to have your SunBiz in order. You have to have your local business tax. You have to have your IRS EIN document.
Okay.
Yes, the document, not just the number.
Right.
And we work with technical assistance partners to make sure that businesses are ready to go and ready to apply for the grants that we have. And by way of a request, we didn't leave out the other businesses, the businesses that are not quite there yet. So just recently, last year, we were able to bring on startup grants. So for businesses 6 months to 2 years old, we were able to provide them $2,500. And that was something new that we did, because at first we were just looking to support those businesses that are, you know, a little bit more mature, but we realized that it's a startup, it's a startup energy going on, and we need to be able to support them as well as they prepare to apply for our more mature grants.
Wow, nice. That's amazing. And so the startups grant was $2,500. How much are the grants for the other organizations?
Don't know where to start? Join our free course. Tired of working alone? Join 4,000 plus members. Have questions or want to talk to someone who's done it before? Join our free webinar. And all of this plus more is included inside of federalhelpcenter.com. Join today for free to get started.
Okay, so let me just say, since I've been a part of the team, we have evolved every grant season.
Okay.
So it hasn't been business as usual from one grant season to the next.
Okay.
So I'll say that right now we have a whole lineup of grants that we're offering in Q1, Q2, and Q3 that I'm excited about. So we have our pitch competition grant offering, and this is something. This is the latest offering that we're adding, because now the businesses have to get on camera. Now they have to put their pitch deck together.
Right.
Now they have to show up a little bit differently than your more traditional grant application.
Right.
And so we're happy about that. We're moving forward and making sure we have that coming out every year from here on. And then our other grant cycle, which is coming out in Q2, we have our capitalization grant. This is our traditional grant that runs through economic development, and that targets a small business. And traditionally, it used to be $2,500.
Okay.
And now, since I've been here, I've seen it go up to $10,000.
Wow.
And coming up soon, we're going to be offering that at $7,500.
Okay.
Going out to businesses here, those seasoned businesses. And our startup grant, like I mentioned earlier, is $2,500. And we have a new grant that we're adding that is going to focus on nonprofit organizations who are doing that service work, right? And it's going to be in the name of Mr. Arthur Lee McDuffie.
Okay.
It's going to be an activist award grant. For those of you that are not familiar with our agency, Arthur McDuffie, the 80s riots, you can read all about it. That injustice kind of fueled the foundation of what MDEAT stands for.
Gotcha.
And we wanted to make sure that there was economic equality, justice equality, and we wanted to do a grant program wrapped around recognizing that injustice and the good that has come since then.
Okay. Wow. Now, so you've got several different grants that people can apply for. Do you know if other cities have programs like this? Are you aware of? I know you're new to this role, but are you aware of other cities that have programs like this?
There's always economic development programming going on in your local municipalities all over. I think it's the business's responsibility to do their due diligence to look for these opportunities. I don't think they look for them.
No.
And so whether you're in Florida or whether you're in Alaska, there is an economic development. There is a grant program somewhere for you to connect to. So I encourage those businesses to exercise their research and AI muscles to find the funding.
Okay. No, I mean, and you could imagine it's overwhelming, right? There's literally thousands or tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of grants out there. But I like what you said. Start with economic development in your local municipality, right? What kind of search would you recommend that we do?
I'm so glad that you asked that. So prior to coming on with MDEAT, I did a search personally.
Okay.
And the search was, please provide grants that are available through my local municipality, through nonprofit organizations, through public organizations, through banks, and through private opportunities.
Okay.
And I asked ChatGPT this. I'm giving it a prompt, right?
Yeah.
And the first things that pops out is MDEAT.
Wow.
So this is at least like 4 months before I even come on board.
Okay, wow.
And I was like, wait a minute. So after I come on and I'm working, a month goes by and I'm going through my old notes, and I was like, wait a minute, this is the same. Okay. So that's what I would recommend.
I
would recommend you use AI to help direct you to where the dollars are when it comes to grant opportunities, as well as so many other things. But start there, because you never know that you may not have known that you can access grant dollars from so many different facets. It's not only local municipalities, there's nonprofit organizations, there's private organizations, there's philanthropists that are giving out money. And if you don't ask, you won't know. If you don't prompt, you won't get access to it, right?
Right. No, listen, I love that. You just gave us a prompt put in there. So, no, that's great. I love that. So make sure everyone who's listening to this, you type in that prompt, right? I'm sure a lot of people have been typing that prompt. In fact, we're going to pull it up on the screen as we type it in chat, and we'll show you guys what we get come up our results. So,
okay.
No, that's great. Anything else that people need to know, like in terms of, I know you mentioned the 3 years and the tax receipts, anything like that. Is there a amount of revenue I need to have before I get any of these grants?
So yes. So remember I told you every grant
Startup,
season.
Yep, you have the startup one, you've got the pitch one, you've got the capitalization one.
Right. And since I've been here, I've seen not only the grants evolve, but the criteria.
Okay.
So just recently, we've added a floor to the revenue. So before, we didn't have a floor for businesses who are applying for the grant.
Sure.
But to better serve the businesses, we said, you know what, let's put in a floor, because we want to make sure those are solid businesses, right? Who are at that 3-year mark.
Right.
And so it's a floor of $24,000, on average, $24,000 revenue over the last 3 years,
Right.
To a cap at $750,000. So if you're at least anywhere in between there, you're eligible.
Oh, wow.
If you're right under, unfortunately, you're not eligible. And if you're over, you're not eligible. So some businesses we don't serve, but we're definitely clear and committed to the businesses who do meet the criteria. And we're looking forward to serving those. And
then one last question. Does that cover all industries? Does it matter what industry I'm in?
It doesn't matter what industry, and it doesn't matter if you're a for-profit or nonprofit.
Wow. Great. Is there anything I'm forgetting to ask?
Yes. So while we are shining as the Economic Development Division within Miami-Dade Economic Advocacy Trust, I think it's important for your viewers to know that we also have a housing program.
Okay.
And we provide down payment assistance for first-time homeowners, as well as a rehab program to help you hold on to grandma's house. A rehab program to help you put that extra needed effort and care into the home that you fought so hard to build, right? And we offer $50,000 for that program. And we also have a youth services program that is popular for its teen court efforts and all the necessary steps it takes to redirect our youth in the right direction. So we're really excited about all that we do at MD.
I never knew that before. So I just learned something about you that I didn't know. And you're wondering why I want to sit down and talk to you today. You see? I'm sure the people that are watching this also learn a lot from this interview. So I thank you so much. This has been great. And I hope that everyone listening to this takes heed to using AI and putting in the prompt so that you can find all these resources available. Because again, I know a lot of people do ask about the housing rehab dollars, and I know there's a lot of predatory lending that comes with those kind of stuff. So this is great. And I know CASHD, Community Action Human Services Department, we did something similar when I was there on housing for grandma's house. But this is great to know there's another resource. So.
Yes, and I have to mention that we're under the great leadership of Mr. Bill Diggs, and he is very proud of what we're doing in the community. And I also work in the division with the Economic Development Manager, Miss Jacqueline Davis. I call her Jackie affectionately. But I needed to take some time to mention our team, because this is not a one-man show at all. And I love where I work because of what we do intentionally. And I mean, I get paid to network. I get paid to help other businesses.
I see you everywhere. I see you everywhere. I see you everywhere. So.
And we're grateful for you, Eric, and inviting us to your conferences and making sure that our grant community is aware of what you do. So I enjoy being a part of this MDEAT family and growing in a new direction. So.
Wow, thank you so much.